Mark chapter 2, verse 1 says, a few days later, when Jesus entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. They gathered in such large numbers there was no room left, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Some men came bringing him a paralyzed man carried by 4 of them. Since they could not get him to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus by digging through it and lowered the mat that the man was lying on. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralyzed man, "Son, your sins are forgiven." I want to pause for the cause. I want to tag a title of this text. In our time together today, I want to talk from this subject: whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Clap your hands if you're excited about the word. Man. Well, listen, I want to begin our time together today by informing some and reminding others that our God is a God of principles. Our God is a God of principles. Principles, family, are rules of operation. They are sets of best practices that produce and promote and ensure, listen to me, the protection and the potential of a thing. I'm going to say it again. Principles are rules of operations. They are sets of best practices that ensure the protection and the potential of a thing. They are the equivalent to tags filled with instructions that come on garments that you purchase. Instruction that says things like only wash in cold water, don't wash in warm water. Those are principles. Those are sets of best practices intended to ensure the protection of and the potential of a thing. It's like the creator of that thing is saying, in order for you to protect this, and in order for you to get the most out of this, these are the sets of practices you need to follow. And ladies and gentlemen, just as it is, watch this, just as it is for assets, so it is for individuals. Our Creator knows what's in our best interests. And so he offers a set of practices. He gives us principles to ensure, number one, our protection. Because God's a God of partnership. Because there are some things that are not created without an us. And so having faith in God's person also means having faith in God's principles and understanding the power of partnership. And our foundational text here in Mark chapter 2 reveals a passage that shows this principle of partnership in action in a profound way. The text exposes us to an individual that is suffering with some sort of, watch this, he's suffering with some sort of paralysis, or he's suffering with an issue that has rendered him immobile. Did y'all hear what I just said? Yeah. So he's dealing with immobility in and of itself, or he is dealing with an issue that has rendered him immobile. And remember now, Charles Spurgeon says that every physical miracle in the Bible is a metaphor for a spiritual miracle. So let's not look at the paralysis literally. Let's look at the paralysis metaphorically. And metaphorically, this paralysis represents immobility. It represents people who can't move. And so sometimes the immobility is the issue, and sometimes immobility is the result of an issue. Because heartbreak can make you immobile. Did you hear what I just said? Yeah, there's a way that hearts can be broken and destroyed and wounded that it will make you hold yourself hostage to a prison that you call protection. I got to protect myself. It's some issues. Disappointment will make you immobile. Betrayal sometimes will make you immobile, and you'll be saying, in the words of one cultural voice, no new friends.
That's true.
Yep. You don't make a statement like that unless you've been stung. Watch this. I believe that the strength of your faith, one marker of the strength of our faith, is revealed in that faith's ability to survive disappointment.
That's so good.
When disappointment comes, does faith leave? They had to be willing to keep believing that it was possible, even though everything that they see says to them it's unlikely. Y'all, please, I want you to see this in verse 12. I'm trying not to run. It says, he got up, took his mat, and walked out in full view of them all. In full view of them all. Don't mess with me, y'all. He got in through the roof, but he walked out the door. I don't know who I'm preaching to today, but I came to tell you, they may have been looking at you crazy when you went through the roof, but they're going to be looking at you in amazement when you walk through the door, because God's going to do it in full view of them all.